Weasels and skinny spaghetti. What a weird week.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here. Like
Really weird tales.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi, friends. I'm Scott, and this is What a Weird Week. If you're new here, we're a show that catches you up on the weird news of the week, so you can focus on serious news all week. And then when you need weird, we catch you up. If you want links to the stories we talk about, our social media, anything like that, you can just remember shownotes.page, shownotes.page. Here we go. This is season 5, and it's honestly an episode I can't remember what number, but first publishing on Friday, November 29th, 2024. It's Thanksgiving time in the United States, so to our friends in the United States of America, happy holidays.
10.
Weasel steals shoes, makes headlines. This is one that this occurred in Japan where shoes were getting stolen from a kindergarten and a mess was being made of the shoes. You know, the shoes at nighttime safely put in their cubby, and then the youngsters would arrive the next day to put on their indoor shoes. And what a mess. And some were missing. And it turns out it was a weasel, you guys. They got some video evidence of the weasel stealing shoes, making a mess of shoes. And they talked to an expert, they think it has to do with the nesting instincts of the weasel. And to make a nice nest for the weasel babies, shoes, you guys. Who knew? It turns out human shoes make a wonderful and comfortable weasel nest. No charges were laid, by the way. And it would appear the weasel got away with it. Uh-oh, you guys, I feel a song coming on. Quick, roll tape. I want to spend some time with shoes. Just a weasel nest made up of human shoes. Just a weasel nest. Weasel nest. I think we got enough there. We'll circle back and work on that later sometime.
9.
Science has given us the world's thinnest spaghetti. It's made from ordinary flour, and it measures 372 nanometers in diameter. So imagine a human hair. Imagine a delicious bowl of pasta that's human hair. No, wait, don't imagine that. Oh, boy. Anyway, this pasta is 200 times thinner than human hair. And this is bonkers. Some wavelengths of light are actually thicker than this pasta. Light. Now, why did science get into pasta? Why are they making skinny pasta? Well, shrinkflation, you guys. That's why. These were scientists at Chef Boyardee. No, I'm just kidding. I love Chef Boyardee.
I love Chef Boyardee.
So actually, science got into making very, very tiny pasta, sort of as a proof of concept. It is an environmentally friendly way to make nanofibers, which can be used for, medical procedures, a number of different things. They found a better way to do it, and they have exhibited that through delicious pasta, skinny pasta. So skinny pasta may save us all one day. Next, number 8, another good news story about science saving us all. This one involves plastic. It's a good news plastic story. It's next. This is What a Weird Week. We count down the weird news of the week.
8.
Number 8, scientists making headlines. This occurred in Japan, where scientists have developed a plastic which completely dissolves in seawater. Imagine if the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, if all that plastic floating in the Pacific Ocean could dissolve and just become, something that marine bacteria could consume. Perhaps in future, if our plastics do find their way back to the ocean, they would just dissolve. Imagine if one day, perhaps you're consuming your favorite soft drink out of a plastic beverage container. And then you just roll down your window and throw it off a bridge because it's going to dissolve anyway. What the heck? Maybe that's not it. Okay, let me try this one. Imagine you saved up all your life to buy a boat and you go down to the marina and you get on your boat and it starts to dissolve instantly because it was made out of this plastic. No, wait, I thought it was intuitive that this was a good news story, but then when I tried to paint some examples, I'm not doing a great job. Wouldn't it be wonderful if plastic didn't pollute our oceans? I think we can all agree.
7.
Number 7 is the pizza that got a lot of headlines this week and a lot of social media attention from Pizza Hut China, the Goblin Pizza. I think it was designed to get attention and make headlines. So mission accomplished, partly traditional pizza and then partly some a bit more unusual offerings. It's a normal thick pizza crust, what you would imagine as a normal thick pizza crust. The sauce on there, I think it's accurate to describe it as a spicy Szechuan type of sauce. And then you get olives, you get boiled eggs, and you get a deep fried bullfrog on there. The Goblin Pizza from Pizza Hut China, available for a limited time. Now, our program goes out around the world via the internet. And so I can only speak to my own neighborhood Pizza Hut here in Canada, where I'm at. I could go into my favorite Pizza Hut and order a Canadian pizza. I don't know if that's available around the world. So perhaps where you are, it's normal. You go in and order pizza with frog on there. So to each their own, right? But why this got so much attention? There was a little bit of like frogs, ew. But the main reason I want to say that this got so much attention is the presentation of the pizza. Because if you were going to make a pizza and one of the ingredients was going to be frog, I'm going to hazard a guess that it's a lot more efficient to make a sausage meat out of the frog, right? And so it would have frog sausage on there or something. But the presentation of this pizza, it looks like a nice, inviting pizza. And then it appears as though something got cooked onto the pizza by mistake. Like it is clearly, when you look at this thing, a frog on the pizza. And so when you see that photo, you're like, wait, did this happen on purpose? For many of us, that would be the thought because just, not used to seeing that. So you guys, I'm not that worldly wise. I'm not very cultured. I am not very, low IQ, all of those things. I do want to be open-minded about things. And if you ever wanted to get me to try new things, if you can cook it in a pizza, you got me. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this limited time offering from Pizza Hut in China, the Goblin Pizza. Next is the weird promotional product from the adult beverage company, just in time for the holidays. This is What a Weird Week. We talk about the weird news of the week.
6.
That is what the Miller Lite Yule Lager beer pouring Fireplace sounds like, you guys. An actual product, please enjoy responsibly, must be legal drinking age. So it's a fake fireplace, like you would see. A lot of people have these fake fireplaces. It looks lovely, has a screen showing the burning Yule log, and the soundtrack is the crackling fire and also somebody opening a beverage. Whoever thought of that on the promotional team, Miller Lite promo team, that's an added touch that's kind of funny. You get the crackling fireplace, but also once in a while you hear somebody opening a beverage. It has, hooks to hang stockings in hopes that St. Nick will soon be there. It has an insulated, fully removable chimney-inspired beer tower, so you can pour a cold beverage right from the base of the thing. $250, available for a limited time, not available everywhere, and again, must be legal drinking age. Please enjoy responsibly.
5.
A deer spotted in British Columbia wearing a hunter's vest or high visibility safety vest. How did it happen? Not by accident, they don't think. There are photos, you guys. This is a small village in British Columbia, Canada, North America, planet Earth. The deer was actually seen by a reporter named Andrea from the Rocky Mountain Goat newspaper. Well, Andrea got a couple of photos and put them on social media. I feel like without the photos, we may not have believed what Andrea saw. A deer wearing a safety vest, a reflective vest. And it wasn't just draped over the deer. The theory is somebody made that deer wear this vest. The deer's legs were through the human armholes of the vest, and the vest was sort of fastened up. It appears as though the deer is wearing this vest as best as a deer can, really. So Andrea's theory, or the theory online at least, is that, somebody did this. Somebody convinced the deer, one way or the other, to wear the reflective vest. It's bizarre, you guys, but also very safe. I mean, in my part of the country where I'm at, we have to put up fences along the highway. I don't know if that's the same where you are, but there are a lot of deer that get onto the road. It's a safety concern. And if we could convince all the deer to wear reflective vests, I'm all for it. If the deer are okay with it, maybe we give the deer a few apples, and in return, they wear the vest for us. Ooh, I haven't taken into consideration hunting season. I'm sure there are some other factors. You know what? Gonna need to workshop this idea. Up next is a job opportunity or publicity stunt that has happened a few times before, and we've talked about it on this show. It's pretty great for the holidays if you like holiday movies. Details next. This is What a Weird Week. We talk about the weird news that happened this week.
4.
Number 4 is the contest or job opportunity or publicity stunt, something. One of those or all of those, whereby DirecTV is hiring a chief of cheer. And when selected, you will have to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days, review those movies, and review all the streaming platforms that you watch the movies on. Then you get $2,500, you get a lovely blanket, and you get to keep all the streaming services for a year for free. That's kind of the job or prize. And our program is dropping November 29th, and November 29th, just before midnight, is the deadline. Not everybody is eligible to apply for this, but I'll put a link in the show notes. If you're hearing this after November 29th, you can still watch 25 holiday movies. You have to pay up front. Watch those 25 holiday movies in 25 days, and then write to DirecTV and tell them you did it. And maybe, just maybe, like the plot of a holiday movie, they might say, "We like your assertiveness. You're hired." Probably not, but maybe.
3.
Number 3 is the lickable wrapping paper from KFC. It tastes like delicious chicken and cranberries, and I guess you wrap a gift in it and give it to somebody, and that lucky somebody gets a gift and also gets to lick the paper and be reminded of delicious chicken. Or perhaps it's gift enough if you just give people a sheet of that wrapping paper. Or wrap up an empty box, maybe. And when they open the box, maybe there's a note inside that says, "You were supposed to lick the paper." I want to play a little bit of, this is DC News Now. They covered this story.
All right, welcome back, 642. KFC is getting in the Christmas spirit. The fast food chain has released their lickable wrapping paper. KFC says the paper tastes like chicken with a refreshing hit of cranberry sauce and a pinch of sage. Yuck. While it is lickable, KFC says if you're not supposed to swallow the paper. So hopefully no one tries to eat the paper. You're not supposed to swallow it. Why would you want to do that in the first place?
I feel like we are missing the point there, that it would also taste like paper. Oh yeah, right? Like it would almost taste like, when you're licking the seal of an envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they said it tastes like chicken, so, anything that tastes like chicken, you can't go wrong with that. I'm not doing it, though.
I mean either.
Okay, DC News Now. I'll link to that in the show notes. Number 1, I love it when a legit news org covers the weird and wacky. But did you ever notice that when they get to the end of the script, the unscripted portion where they hand off to the weather person or there's conversation amongst the anchors, the unscripted portion, pretty biased against licking the paper? Is it only me? It would seem that none of them licked the paper before judging the paper to be yuck. Is that legitimate news reporting, you guys? Lick the paper first, then say yuck. Bring in a paper sommelier to try different papers. Hand them your printed out news script and have the professional licker lick that and judge it compared to the lickable wrapping paper. Let's get some serious journalism going. Let's carry it through, you guys. We can do better. DC News Now. I'm sorry, I'm just hungry. I'm hangry, you guys. I need to lick the paper. Next, we have some inspiring world records and some nasty critters who got arrested. On our way to the number 1 weird story of the week, on What a Weird Week. This is What a Weird Week. Honorable Mention. Honorable Mention this week, and a special hello and happy Thanksgiving to Ben Hoops Hooper, who writes for United Press International. Just a terrific headline this week. Two goats detained after being caught chasing pedestrians. And it's a story about just that. Goats in Washington who were arrested. Police rounded them up because they were chasing pedestrians. The Kent Police Department posted on their social media that the goats were detained for bad behavior. Thank you, Hoops Hooper, for that headline and that story. We'll link to that in the show notes. Got a special American Thanksgiving number 2 from the Great Salt Lake State Park and Marina. They posted on their social media, please do not use Great Salt Lake to brine your turkey. So I don't know if this is really a thing, but this is what happened, you guys. So if you've ever prepared a turkey, perhaps where you are at Thanksgiving or Christmas time or some other holiday, you enjoy a turkey as a meal. And there are some traditional ways to cook a turkey and prepare a turkey. But would you really soak your turkey, brine your turkey in a salty lake? And never heard that one before, but the Great Salt Lake Park and Marina had to post about it because a turkey washed up on shore. Their message is the lake is too salty and the waves can be very strong. You could lose your turkey. Then they show a picture of the turkey that washed up on shore. Somebody lost their turkey after apparently trying to brine the thing in Great Salt Lake. Moment of silence for everybody involved in this. Another honorable mention. This honorable mention may inspire you. This is Charlotte Charlie Meath, who set a world record and made headlines, an Australian circus performer on the aerial hoop. If you're unfamiliar, it's a hoop that is suspended in midair.
For the elbow circles, my hamstrings would cramp quite a lot, and of course there was a bit of pain on my biceps. It was also a bit of a mental thing because 1 minute doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're doing that skill, it is a long time.
So that's Charlie there. We'll link to that video in the show notes. The world record for the most aerial hoop somersaults in 1 minute for a female, and the longest duration shoulder blade hang on an aerial hoop, the official world records. The record, 53 somersaults in 1 minute. That's almost, I don't have to do the math. You know how many that is per second. But anyway, congratulations, Charlotte Charlie Meath. Oh, and the shoulder blade hang, that record, 63.18 seconds. All right, we're on our way to the number 1 weird story of the week. It is next. In case you missed it, this show is called What a Weird Week. Thank you for listening.
1.
Number 1 this week is a world record iced latte. When you think of, if you enjoy iced latte or think of your favorite beverage and you're like, I'm so thirsty, I'm getting a big one. I'm getting the big size. This world record iced latte, served in an 11-foot high cup, branded as a Dunkin' cup, but I don't think it's on the menu, you guys. Hey, am I right? Put in some, note to the production team, put in some canned laughter here. Really, really bring it home. So, making headlines this week, social media star Nick Giovanni, he teamed up with Dunkin' and got a Guinness World Record for the largest iced latte. That's kind of the story, really. It's just it's an 11-foot high cup filled with, iced latte, ice, milk, espresso. Gallons-wise, I want to say just under 280 gallons for the world record iced latte. Alrighty, that is it. Again, to our friends in the United States of America or our friends celebrating, happy holidays to you. We're back next weekend with more weird news on What a Weird Week. If you want the links or our email or social media, everything is at shownotes.page. That's the easiest place to remember, shownotes.page, or search for What a Weird Week wherever you get podcasts. And happy Thanksgiving to our friends at Funhouse Radio. Every weekend we're part of the programming at Funhouse Radio. Ask your smart speaker to play Funhouse Radio. Catch you next week for more weird stuff on What a Weird Week.